Hello everyone. Today I wanted to show you how you can use the Osmose or any other MPE controller to control a synthesizer such as the Korg Modwave, which generally doesn't support MPE, as long as it has multiple layers that can be set to different MIDI channels. And just to show you, all the sounds will be coming from the Korg Modwave here. So now let's do that with the Osmose. Comes the second layer. So pretty cool, right? So first off, let me start by showing you the settings I have on the Osmose here. And I'm just gonna lower the microphone a little bit. So the first thing on the Osmose you want to do is go here to menu, and then you select the exit MIDI, which you can do by rotating here. Go to the exit MIDI and then press select, and in the next window you can select what type of MIDI data you want to send, and we want to go to the multi-channel. Then we go to the second panel here and we scroll to the right twice, and here you can select how many channels you will be sending to. The Korg Modwave only has 2 channels, so I have set it to 2 channels here. But if you have a multitimbral synthesizer which can do 16 layers, you can set it to 16. Or if you have the Korg wave state, for example, you can set it here to 4, and that means it will support 4 buttons, 1 button per layer here. So let's get back to 2. Then we go to the sensitivity here, and I have set it so it can bend quite far. Which is done on the first one here. So you can set the range, so I've set it to lower range now. But one thing to note here is these bends are actually the band range of the Osmose keyboard and not the range of the Modwave here, or whatever synthesizer you use. So if I actually want to be able to bend this far, then you have to set the band range on the on whatever synthesizer you use as well. So I've set it here to maximum range of plus 60 or minus 60 notes, so quite far, as you can imagine. So if I set the bending to full here on the Osmose, it can get quite crazy, as you can hear. Depending on how far you set your band range here, you might want to change the sensitivity. So if you have a really crazy band range like I have here for this demo, which I thought was pretty cool with the sounds that I have here, you probably want less sensitivity. But if you have like a lower band range of only like 1 note or whatever, you might want to change it here on the next one to higher. So now the reactivity will be a lot closer to how far you're actually bending the key, which is nice if you want to be precise, and you can even adjust that further here if you want. But for the crazy bends, I'm just gonna keep it easy. And I'm just setting that back. Now on the next window here, you can set the pressure, and I have set that quite high by default. It's set to this. So as you can hear, the note press started actually quite late. But a really cool trick is, especially if you use multiple layer, is and of course depending on how well you can play it, is to set it to something extreme, and you can customize to go even more extreme. So now if I barely press it, it will still trigger the note, and you can barely hear it at the moment, but that's actually really useful for the multi-timbral setup I have here, because I have a different sound on layer 2, so I can trigger layer 2 now with layer 1 barely being noticed because the volume is so low, and depending on how you set up your layer here as well, of course. So if you set the cutoff really low and then the pressure touch to control your cutoff, you barely will get any sound if you just touch it very lightly, so you can trigger the other layer without hearing the first layer. So that's pretty nice if you want to do it. So if you just want to play the second layer, and also a pretty cool thing here is if you press the first layer, then the second layer, and you release the first layer, it will actually keep playing on the second layer as long as you hold that note, and I will go further in that in a little bit in the next window. So let's go to that. So in the last menu here, you have a few options to select. You can select the arpeggiator, but what I really like here is the pressure glide. And what pressure glide means is if you hold two keys, depending on which key you press down further, it will glide to that note more. And you can also set the range of that, so let me show it. So by doing this you get really natural glides over the keyboard, which is pretty cool, even though it's not a natural sound with the sawtooths that I'm using for this demo. You still hear the glide is really smooth. And on the if you scroll once to the right here, you can set the range of your glides. So I was also doing that with the second layer, which is sine wave, so that's a little bit more natural. So as you can hear, that's you're almost reaching the theremin level here while using a keyboard, so that's pretty cool, I think. And yeah, you can also increase this glide range or decrease it, but for this demo I like to keep it at 1 octave. Now one thing which is I think pretty cool, by combining here the band range, which I've set really far, and then the pressure glide. Normally, if I've set it to 1 octave, so that means here 1 octave. So if I press any button here, it will glide within that range to anything here. And if I'm gliding from here, you can glide from here to here, etc. So if I want to play anything on the second layer now, from layer B in these notes, I can't, because I'm gliding from the first layer here. So if you set the band range really far, what I can do is first I play the layer 1, then I play the other layer, then I bend this layer over that one, so I can actually glide the second layer down while I'm holding this one up, and you can switch the notes which is higher or lower from the layers. So that's a pretty cool trick, I think. So let me show you that. So as you could hear, the sine wave actually passed by the sawtooth layer. So that's a pretty cool trick, I think, if you want to switch things up. Yeah, and I don't think you could do that with glides on any other keyboard that I know of, but there might be some out there, of course. So yeah, that's it about the Osmose settings. Oh, one more thing actually. With the pitch band, which I was talking about earlier, you have the pitch band of the Osmose keyboard, but then you also have the pitch band that you have set on the Modwave or whatever synthesizer, which is reacting to the pitch buttons here. So you have the band range of your keyboard, but then you also have the pitch band of your pitch band button. So I will let you hear that now. So that one only went that far because I've set the limit here in the bending range. But if you use the pitch bend button, you will actually go all the way that you have set here in the pitch bend range. So as you could hear, that range was a lot further than I did with my keyboard, because that's the way I've set it up. So let me higher this again. And yeah, I don't think you will be able to see it on the Modwave quite well, but I want to show you how I've set up these layers as well. So I will just tell you what I'm doing, because I don't think you will be able to see what buttons I'm rotating really. So first off, let me start by going to initialize patch. I've actually set the octave range lower here. So yeah, standard sound here. So I'm just using 2 sawtooths here, and I'm gonna detune the second one a little bit here, and I'm gonna add a square sub here. Alright, that's a good basic sound. So now what I want to do next is reduce the cutoff to say 20, and then I'm gonna add the aftertouch from the Osmose here, and I'm gonna add it to the mod wheel as well, so I can actually use it here on the Modwave for the demo. And I'm just setting the mod wheel to, let's say, 100 here. Alright, let's add a little bit of resonance, just low, like 6. That's a lot nicer already, a little bit of aggression. Let's actually switch it to the MS-20 low pass filter. Now we're getting somewhere. So yeah, to add the aftertouch of the Osmose here, I'm gonna add another matrix again to the cutoff, and this time I press a button on the Osmose to get it selected here, So actually the first part, the pressure part here, is called Aftertouch on my Modwave. And I'm gonna set that to, let's say, 80. So then we have the 20 base value plus 80 from the first pressure part here. And then the okay, and then the actual aftertouch on the Osmose is recognized as CC value 74. So let's add that as well with another 20 cutoff value. Select the cutoff again. This is always a little bit tricky to get the right thing selected, so I might have to select it in the menu later, because it's also doing the pitch bend when, yeah, you have to hold it really straight to do that. Oh, I actually got it right, that's nice. So let's set that to 20. Let's see what happens now. Oh, and actually the notes are really low now, so let me tune that up by 1 octave. Because the Osmose keyboard is, yeah, can go 1 octave lower here. So this button is the same as this one here. And we can make this the same by going 1 octave lower, so now it should be this here. Yeah, so now we want to fix the band range. So we go here to pitch, next, and then I'm gonna set the minus range to -60 and the plus radius to +60. So now we should be able to bend with the layer 1. So we're getting somewhere, as you can hear. That was sort of resembling what I did before. Let's add some reverb. And I'm gonna switch the preset to ambient starlights because I like that one. And set value to 0. So it should be even value now. Let's add a little bit of delay and some compressor, just turning them on to the default value. That should be good enough. Oh, and one more thing I did as well was go to the performance here, switch menus. I've set it to mono, and then I've set the unison to 3 voices, but no G-tune. And then I've set the actual aftertouch, so the CC value 74. I've set that to add a little bit of G-tune, so you can get that fat sound when you press it down, where the wave starts colliding and stuff. So let's do that. And in the Modwave you do that by, if it's not something that is on here, you can go to that position, then you press Mod plus to edit, and then you press enter, and then you select whatever you had selected here in the menu. So now I press that whatever I need again, so 74, and oh, that went right in one step. And so yeah, I have 2 cent detune now when you, depending on how far you press it down, so let's do that. Hey, why still no sound? Okay, that was weird, but apparently it's working now. And let me make it really obvious. Let me turn off the reverb and delay, and I'm increasing the G-tune amount to a crazy amount now. So you get this nice kind of chorus sound, but I'm gonna reduce it to only 2, so you just get a little bit of evolving sound. Much better. Turn on the reverb and the delay. And now the last thing I want to do here is go to perform again, and then in the MIDI menu I set it so it's not using the global MIDI channel but only MIDI channel 1. So that's the first button that you press here, but you can also make it MIDI channel 2, so then it will become the second layer. Alright, let's turn off the first layer here and turn on the second one. And yeah, as you can hear, nothing is there, so I'm just gonna set the waves to sine so we get a nice difference again, and I'm gonna increase the octave by 1. Alright, let's see, reverb value, gonna set that to 0 again. Let's add some delay, and let's add the black phaser effect here, and compressor. So we're getting pretty close already, because yeah, like I said, this one is really easy. I added a really low amount of white noise, 2% here, and I'm just gonna select white noise, and we want to set the pitch range again, so plus 60, minus 60 on the bends. And we can also do that with the keyboard here now, well, depending on how far you set the keyboard. Increase the delay a little bit. And now to be able to play the two things separately, you need to go back to performance here and set the MIDI channel instead of global to MIDI channel 2. So as you can see now, when I press a button it shouldn't make any sounds, and when I press 2 buttons and now when I push set the first layer active again, so yeah, that's there we have it. We have MPE sort of support with a synthesizer that generally doesn't support it. So I hope this helped you out, and see you next time.